Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day.
The clock strikes 11 as I sit in the dim light of our living room, the soft ticking syncing with my escalating heartbeat. Vicky is late again. The curtains flutter slightly with the cool night breeze, carrying with it the distant hum of city life. It's been like this for months, her coming home later, the dinners growing cold on the table, our conversations dwindling to nothing more than necessities. I glance at the antique clock again, its hands moving at a painfully slow pace. Vicky used to call if she was going to be late. Now, the phone remains silent, its screen as dark as the night outside. I can't shake the gnawing feeling in my stomach, a suspicion that something is profoundly wrong. As the front door finally creaks open, I stiffen, preparing myself to see her, to read her expressions like I've learned to over our 17 years together. She steps in, the smell of liquor and the bar's smoky air entering with her. "Hey, you're still up." Her voice is casual, too casual. She hangs her coat and avoids my gaze. "Couldn't sleep," I reply, noticing how she winces slightly at the terse tone of my voice. "Long night?" She nods, pouring herself a glass of water. "Busy night at the bar." "You know how it is." I do know, or at least, I thought I did. But lately, everything about her seems as murky as the whiskey she serves. "Seems to be getting busier by the day," I remark, trying to keep the edge out of my voice. Vicky doesn't reply, her fingers fidgeting with the wedding band on her finger, a band that used to symbolize our love and commitment. Now, it feels more like a shackle for both of us. "I'm tired, going to shower and head to bed," she says quickly, already retreating towards the bedroom. "Good night, then," I call out softly, but she's already out of sight. The silence that follows feels heavy, filled with all the words we're not saying. Alone, I allow myself to think the words that have been gnawing at me for months. Is she cheating on me? The next morning, I decide it's time for answers. After Vicky leaves for her shift, I start with the simplest of sleuthing, her phone records. It's not something I'm proud of, but the gnawing suspicion won't leave me. The records are clean, almost too clean. No frequent numbers, no late-night calls. It's either a sign of innocence or of clever deception. I put the phone down, my mind racing. Tonight, I'll go to the bar. Not to confront her, not yet. I just need to see for myself, to understand what's happening. As the day stretches on, the plan cements itself in my mind. Evening falls, and I find myself outside the bar where she works. It's a trendy place, its neon lights casting colorful shadows on the pavement. I step inside, the sound of chatter and clinking glasses washing over me. There, I see her behind the bar, laughing at something a customer says. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. I take a seat at the far end, under dim lighting, watching. She's the perfect bartender, charming, attentive, mixing drinks with an effortless grace. But it's not her professionalism that I'm here to scrutinize, it's the interactions, the ones that might give her away. Hours tick by, and I see nothing out of the ordinary, yet the suspicion doesn't abate. It festers, grows, fueled by every smile she gives out, every lingering touch she receives. Finally, I leave, the image of her laughing figure etched into my mind, the doubt heavier than ever. Tonight, I found no evidence, no confirmation of her infidelity. But the suspicion remains, a bitter seed planted firmly within me. As I head home, the city lights blur before my eyes, the world tilting around me. Something has to give, I realize. And soon, I will find out everything. The neon sign of the bar flickers as I approach it again the following night, my resolve hardened, my heart encased in ice. Tonight, I'm not just an observer, I'm a man on a mission. The evening air chills my bones, a mirror to the coldness seeping into my veins with each step I take towards the entrance. Inside, the atmosphere buzzes with an energy I can barely stomach. Vicky's laughter floats above the music, a sound that once brought me joy now twists in my gut. I take a seat closer to the bar, under the pretense of needing a strong drink. My eyes scan the crowd, noting the faces, the interactions. I need to understand, to see what I missed last night. Whiskey, neat, I tell Vicky as she approaches. She startles slightly, not expecting me. Jack. What are you doing here? Her voice holds a tremor of concern, or is it fear? Just needed a change of scenery, I say, trying to sound casual. Rough day at work. She nods, pouring my drink with hands that shake slightly. Let me know if you need anything else, she murmurs before moving away to serve another customer. I sip the whiskey, it's burn a minor discomfort compared to the turmoil inside me. My gaze doesn't stray from Vicky, tracking her every move. That's when I notice him, a young man in his 20s, with a charm that seems to draw Vicky back repeatedly. Their interactions are casual, too casual, their smiles a bit too lingering. The young man catches my stare, and his face registers brief surprise before he walks over to me. Hey, you seem familiar. Have we met? He asks, extending a hand. I'm Eric. I grasp his hand, the pieces clicking together. I don't think so, Eric. Just have one of those faces, I guess, I reply, my voice even. My mind, however, races, this is him, it must be. Eric laughs, pulling up a stool next to me. I guess you do. You here alone? Just meeting some people later, I lie smoothly. You seem to know the bartender pretty well. He nods, a sly smile playing on his lips. Yeah, Vicky's great. Been coming here for months. She makes the best drinks. Seems like a popular opinion, I say, watching Vicky as she laughs at something another customer says. A knot forms in my stomach. Yeah, she's awesome. We've gotten pretty close. Great girl, Eric adds, oblivious to the storm he's fueling in me. The conversation drifts, with Eric talking about his recent move to the city and his adventures in nightlife. As he talks, I nod along, but my eyes are trained on Vicky, noting every time she glances our way, each subtle cue of her body language. Finally, unable to take the charade any longer, I stand, throwing down some cash for the drink. Nice chatting with you, Eric. Take care. I catch Vicky's eye as I head for the door, her expression a mix of confusion and worry. Outside, the cool air hits me like a slap. I lean against the building, my mind racing. The encounter with Eric provided no concrete evidence, but every fiber of my being screams that there's something more, something hidden beneath the surface pleasantries. I know what I have to do. The trust is gone, eroded by suspicion and now jealousy. Tomorrow, I confront Vicky. I need the truth, no matter how much it will scar us both. The night grows deeper, the darkness a fitting cloak for the dread settling deep within me, as I prepare for what must come next. The morning light barely filters through the curtains, casting a gloomy shadow across the room as I prepare myself for the confrontation. My heart pounds against my chest, a relentless drum of war against the fear and betrayal swirling within me. I rehearse the words in my mind, each one a heavy step towards the inevitable. By the time Vicky stumbles out of the bedroom, her hair tousled and her eyes sleepy, I'm seated at the kitchen table, 2 cups of coffee steaming between us, a superficial peace offering. Morning, she mumbles, her voice thick with sleep as she reaches for her cup. The steam fogs up her glasses, momentarily hiding her eyes, the windows to the secrets I'm desperate to uncover. We need to talk, I say, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. She freezes, cup halfway to her lips, then sets it down with a clink. About? Her attempt at nonchalance falls flat, the tension in her shoulders betraying her. About us, Vicky. About what's been going on with you, with us. I lean forward, locking eyes with her. This is it. She sighs, pushing her glasses up the bridge of her nose. Jack, No, let me finish, I interrupt, needing to get this out. I've been feeling distant from you. You come home late, barely talk to me. I've been at the bar, Vicky. I've seen how you are with people there. Her face drains of color. You've been spying on me. There's a sharpness in her voice now. It's not spying. I'm trying to understand why my wife seems to have vanished, replaced by a stranger. My voice cracks, emotion seeping through. Vicky bites her lip, looking down. Silence stretches, taut as a wire between us. I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't realize you felt this way, she whispers, finally. It's just work. It's a release from everything. I can be someone else for a while. But why do you need to be someone else? Aren't you happy with me, with the life we have? The question hangs heavy, loaded with years of shared memories and dreams. She meets my gaze, her eyes welling up. I am happy, Jack. Or I was. But somewhere along the way, I started feeling trapped. You became more of a guardian than a partner. I needed space. My heart clenches. Is there someone else, Vicky? She shakes her head vigorously. No, it's not like that. There's no one else. Just me trying to find myself again. Her insistence seems genuine, her usual evasiveness gone. I process her words, the air between us charged with the weight of her confession. So, what do we do? I ask, feeling suddenly drained. I don't know, she admits, tears spilling over. But I want to fix this. If you're willing to try, maybe we can find a way back to each other. I nod slowly, the fight draining out of me. I want that too. But we have to be honest, completely honest with each other from now on. No more secrets, no more hiding. Vicky reaches across the table, her hand shaky as it finds mine. No more secrets, she agrees. As we sit there, hands clasped, the morning light grows stronger, the room brightening around us. It feels like a new beginning, or perhaps a return to an old one. But as we start to rebuild, I know the path will be fraught with the remnants of old doubts and fears. Yet, this is the choice we have made, to face them together, to restore what we once had. The days that follow are a mix of cautious optimism and awkward adjustments. We spend more time together, trying to reconnect, to weave the frayed threads of our relationship back into something solid. Vicky opens up about her frustrations, her feelings of confinement, and her need for something that was just hers. I listen, really listen, trying to see her not just as my wife but as her own person with desires and dreams that might not always include me. One afternoon, we decide to visit the bar together. It's her idea, a gesture of transparency, to show me that it's just a place of work and nothing more. The bar is bustling as usual, but today I view it through a new lens, trying to see the charm and escape it offers to Vicky. As we sit at the bar, Vicky waving to some regulars, a man approaches, his demeanor confident, his smile friendly. Jack, Vicky, good to see you both here together, he exclaims. I stiffen, not recognizing him, but Vicky beams. Jack, this is Tom, the owner of the bar. Tom, this is my husband, Jack. Tom extends a firm handshake, his gaze assessing. Pleasure to finally meet you, Jack. Vicky speaks very highly of you. I nod, puzzled. Nice to meet you, Tom. I didn't know you knew each other well. Tom laughs, a hearty sound. Well, we've been planning something for a while, and I think it's time we told you. He looks at Vicky, who nods, her eyes alight with a mixture of nerves and excitement. We're opening a new bar, Vicky starts, her voice trembling with excitement. And Tom has offered me a partnership in it. It's a chance for me to be more than just a bartender. I'm stunned, my mind racing to catch up with her words. A partnership? Yes, Tom chimes in. Vicky's got a knack for this business, and I couldn't think of a better partner for this new venture. It's going to be a family-friendly place, a cafe by day, and a bar by night. We wanted you to be part of this too, Jack. The revelation hits me like a wave. All this time, her late nights and secretive behavior weren't signs of infidelity but of ambition and growth. I feel a mix of relief and foolishness wash over me. Vicky squeezes my hand, her eyes searching mine. I wanted to tell you sooner, but I wanted to make sure it was all set first. I didn't want to get your hopes up until it was definite. I don't know what to say, I stammer, overwhelmed yet proud. Why didn't you just tell me? I thought you'd be upset, thinking I was moving away from you. But really, I wanted this to be a way for us to grow together, not apart, she explains, her voice sincere. I take a deep breath, letting her words sink in. I think this is great, Vicky. Really. I'm just sorry I doubted you. We both jump to conclusions, she admits, leaning into me. But maybe we needed this shake-up to really see each other clearly. The rest of the evening passes in a blur of plans and celebrations. Tom introduces us to some potential collaborators, and we discuss concepts and themes for the new venue. It feels like not just the start of a new business, but a new chapter for us. As we leave the bar, hand in hand, Vicky leans her head on my shoulder. Thank you for believing in me, Jack, even when it took a while to get here. I kiss the top of her head, a promise renewed. Always, Vicky. Let's make this new dream work, together. We step out into the night, the city lights brighter and more inviting than ever before, mirroring the newfound hope and excitement that fills our hearts. In that moment, the future stretches out before us, not a path fraught with the echoes of mistrust, but a shared journey brimming with possibility.